Okay, I'm going to do a little light review on my UEI G2 Phoenix Pro. That's the model number DL379. Go over the specs real quick. You know, the capacitance rating, microamps, non-contact voltage, voltage there, amps, temperature rating, minimum max, 3-year warranty. Has that lead storage thing in the back. I'll get to that later. Your switch for your temperature has a nice light at the clamp. They sell accessory heads for these where you can put like a longer, thinner clamp, amp clamp for small units. You can look that up. It's a long prong, hard to reach applications to check amperage. And it has 3-year warranty. The field piece, although field piece is good, they only give you, 1-year warranty. Tells you, they're willing to stand behind, their product here. Kind of new to UEI, so I was, kind of hesitant to buy it. But, I got it for $100, and, it's nearly half the price of a field piece model, close to this one in features. But I think this one has a couple more features than the field piece one does. So, and at a better price. Don't really use that really too often, but when you need it, you have it. Instructions, you get a nice case for it. Here's your test leads. They give you screw on. They screw onto the test leads there, so they're secure. Alligator clips if you want to use those. You got them. So that's nice. Standard test leads, nothing fancy. You got the nice magnet in the back, and you got you're supposed to store the test leads back here. These ones don't. I guess these ones don't fit. These are actually replacement test leads that I just bought because I did something naughty with my other ones, with the original ones, but these don't fit, and the original ones kind of were tight, and to get them in and out, and feels like you're gonna, break them or something. But I didn't find that really practical. Battery goes back here, has a screw. I think it takes 3 AAAs, 2 or 3 AAAs. So, that's good. 9 volts, are kind of expensive. And it has this kind of holder. I don't really use that, but if you wanted to, you could. It's kind of a nice thing. Put one there, touching something. I guess you could put this onto your, common, neutral, ground. Test for, maybe a little safer way to test for voltage. That's nice. They got features like that field piece doesn't have. You have your non-contact button. Basically, the sensor's in the head, like around the tip here. You put this on anything that you think is live. It could go read as low as 24 volts. You just hold it in, and it kind of, you heard that, but it will kind of just do that like rapidly if it senses any voltage like 24 or 120 or anything higher like that. Light will flash. You gotta be, looking at the light and listening to it. It's not super loud, but you just hold it in as you wave it over anything you think is hot. That's nice. I know field piece does that too. Field piece might do that a little better, but that's nice. You got your selector switch. See if you can see that. Probably not too good. Not from. Anyway, down here you got your voltage reading, and you can go to your. There's a little icon, I don't know if you can see it, of like a wave, like for your alternating current AC, and you just go to your select button. It has like the DC symbol, like a line and dashes, or dots. So you can select between that, and that's nice. You got your ohms, OL, and you can test. Oh, let me go back. You can test your amperage and voltage at the same time. So you could have this clamp onto your compressor or something like that, and be checking your amperage and testing your voltage with your leads, which is really cool. You got your ohm reading, your continuity, for checking circuits, or, fuses and all that with the power off, of course, just like with the ohm reading. Let me see, let me get that better. It's hard to do this with one hand, but it's pretty loud. That's nice. You got your MFD, your capacitor tester, and it still has the amperage and then your capacitor screens at the bottom. And it works pretty much like any other multimeter. Sometimes it takes a while for it. It has lines on the screen that comes up. It takes a while for it to check it. Sometimes quickly, sometimes right away, sometimes, needs a little time there. That's nice. You got your amperage. You can select DC or regular, I believe. And you got your temperature mode. And what you do for your temperature mode, you gotta take your leads off. I can't do it one-handed, but take your leads off, test leads, and you flip the switch down so that you can't use your test leads at the same time. And you could plug in your tester, thermocouple, or your clamp meter, temperature pipe clamp, and has auto power off. Oh, let me show one more thing. And to test your inrush, it could test inrush amperage or max. You could put on your amp reading there, and then one thing I had to learn this the hard way because I didn't look at the instructions until afterwards. But you make sure you put you're looking for that decibel right there. If you're reading something over 100 or something, so you gotta press your range button, which is right there. You gotta press it a couple times until you move that decibel, down there. So remember to do that if you're testing your inrush, and then when you're testing your inrush and you want to, start up amperage or inrush amperage, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you have that there, and you could push your max button and it'll record it. And you could record your regular, max voltage and all that, minimum. It's a really good meter. It could take a beating, and it has a light. You just press the hold button. It's a light/hold button. Screen. It's hard, you can't really see how nice the backlight is, but it's pretty nice. If it was dark, it would be a lot better. And it has a light near the clamp head. And it stays on for a minute. It doesn't stay on that long. I don't know if I could go into settings and make it longer, but it stays on long enough until if you need to press it again, you need to press it again. It's made in Korea. Field-piece ones are made in Taiwan, so that tells you something. I don't know. Taiwan, they make good stuff too, better than Chinese. And Korean seems to make good stuff too. I really love the magnet on the back. If you're working a unit, stick it on, it holds it on.